to meet our opponents, the starting 11 for FC Tulsa. Number 31, Austin Warmel. Number 26, George Corrales. Number 5, Leo Foya. Number 2, Kevin Garcia. Number 13, Matthew Sheldon. Number 21, Kembo Kibato. Number 92, Dario Suarez. Number 33, Lucas Coutinho. Number 10, Marlon. Number 44, Eric Berg. And number 16, Rodrigo da Costa. FC Tulsa are coached by Michael Enzi.
And good evening, and welcome to Edinburgh. We're at the southern tip of Texas to bring you exciting USL Championship soccer. Tonight's game will feature the Rio Grande Valley FC Toros against FC Tulsa. And how do you do? I'm Mark May with Brian Smith, coming to you from beautiful HEB Park, and this broadcast coming to you on ESPN+. Brian, let's get started. Who are our players to watch here tonight?
Yeah, players to watch presented by Puma, beginning with visiting Tulsa FC. Keep a real close eye right there on Rodrigo de Costa. De Costa been a spectacular player so far this season. He's on pace for some pretty amazing numbers here. Could, if he keeps his pace up, be the 6th person to reach a double-double in USL Championship play. Another thing to watch, he's on the verge of another 10-assist campaign to be the first player in USL history to have 10 assists in more than one campaign. On the flip side, looking at the Toros, take a close look there at Christian Sorto. What a spectacular addition he's been to this Toros roster. Leads the team in shots on goal, second on the team in total goals, and he has just been a fantastic distributor that's allowed this offense to really come into form. Now we'll take a look at our starting lineups presented by Reliant Energy. Starting with FC Tulsa. In goal, it's going to be Austin Warmel. Then on defense, Kevin Garcia, Jorge Corrales, Matt Sheldon, and Leo Fala. In the midfield, Eric Bird, Kimbo Kimbato, Rodrigo de Costa, Marlon Santos, Lucas Coutinho, and the forward, Dario Suarez. Now for home, RGV Toros. Their lineup looks a little like what you normally see for this team. Tyler Derrick in goal. On defense, Louis Ramsey, Adrian Diaz-Pay, Adrian Vera, and Eric Pimentel. In the midfield, new addition there, Roberto Albuquerque, Juan Cabezas, Juan Cuzain, and Rodrigo Lopez. Two forwards in this one, in Saritos and Christian Sorto. Now here's your keys to the game presented by Amax Auto Insurance for FC Tulsa. It's going to be about quality over quantity. They're a team that loves to score, and they score in bunches, but can they get good looks? 10 shots and no goals is not how to win a match, but if they can get a couple really nice looks, look for them to take advantage. On the flip side, looking at the Toros, you've got to capitalize on the chances available to you. This is Toros team that's built around defense. They don't allow a lot of goals. On the flip side, they haven't really been scoring a lot this season outside of that Miami performance where they had 4 goals. So can they capitalize in that attacking third and get a couple goals in a big moment and allow that defense to really carry them through to the finish?
Great contrast of styles here tonight. Tulsa likes to run and gun it. They score a lot. The Toros like to pack it back on defense, take advantage of opportunities. We'll see how that turns out. We're going to take a break. Be back with the kickoff in just a few moments. You're watching USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself getting this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
A couple players out on both teams, aren't there?
Yeah, looking at visiting Tulsa, a couple guys out Martin Martinez-Levy and Bradley Bourgeois both out. A couple questionables also, as Mulatto and Rivas likely not going to be seen in this one. For host Toros, Kyle Edwards, who's still on international duty, waiting to join this team. Aitor Lopez also out. A couple questionables too. Normal starter Juan Carlos Azocar not available in this one, as is Grant Robinson. Thank you to McAllen ER for sponsoring our injury report.
Now, Bourgeois there for Tulsa. Now, he's got a history with the Toros, doesn't he?
Yeah, he spent some time, one of 4 players for this Tulsa team who has spent some time with the Toros, along with Kimbato, who started in this one. Also got Kevin Garcia, who spent some time with the Toros. And there was one more, Eric Bird, spent some time with the Toros. So 4 guys on this Tulsa FC roster who spent at least one season here with the Toros. A little bit of a homecoming for them this evening.
Indeed, here at HEB Park, and we're underway now. The Toros are in the blue jerseys with the blue shorts and the orange numerals going from right to left, and then Tulsa wearing their black and gold. Will be on the left side going from left to right. The ball has just gone into touch here. Be throw in here for the Toros. And a big gap in Tulsa's lineup tonight. See how they adjusted to it. But their leading scorer, Rivas, out tonight.
Yeah, Rivas is just a spectacular player. Leading scorer all time for this Tulsa FC team. And it looks like with some issues with his ankle, he won't be a part. So they've got to plug and play here. What are they going to do without their all-time leading scorer? And you can't overlook the kind of talent that veteran leadership brings to a team. That's a consistent feel on the pitch, a consistent foot. So now you've got to kind of plug and play and see if you can find somebody else that's able to feed Rivas.
Yeah, he was the leading scorer with 5 goals, has 22 in his career with Tulsa. As you said, their all-time club leader, which this club, their lineage actually dates back to the old North American Soccer League days in the late 1970s. So a lot of history for this Tulsa, Oklahoma club. See, having some pressure here, and this is something we've seen from the Toros. They do like to apply defensive pressure as far deep as they can sometimes.
It was something that Louis Ramsey talked about in the media availability earlier this week, that he's still kind of adjusting to the style of play that's played here with the Toros. It's a very technically sound style of play. It's about ball possession. It's about getting good opportunities. Not really as freewheeling as you may see with other clubs here in the USL. And as he adjusts, he says he's coming to like this style of play. It really gives you a feel for what's going out there on the pitch, and you don't have to necessarily worry about running off long plays. You can play within the system, stay in your spot.
Yeah, Ramsey playing over on that right side, that far sideline right now here in this first half. So we see Tulsa trying to create a chance here. Still in the neutral area of the field. They send it all the way to their back line, where it's controlled by Fala, an experienced defender, and go all the way over to the left side, where they'll try that area there. Now, another interesting change in Tulsa's lineup is we're seeing a new keeper for the first time, aren't we?
Yeah, first time out in goal for this keeper as far as the regular season is concerned. Lewis had started every game for Tulsa FC up to this point, but they have Warmel in for his first start of the regular season. But not that he's not an extremely experienced keeper. He did play the majority of their preseason matches. So there's certainly some comfort in what he brings to this team, and now he's going to get some regular season time to show just what he can do in net.
We saw Warmel kick the loose ball the way out to midfield, and Toros control it right now. Warmel's just 23 years old. Lewis, who had been starting, 29 years old. So I think Coach Michael Encian just looking to see what his other keepers have here tonight, as we've got a foul, and this looks like a free kick here for Tulsa.
And DaCosta trying to have some ball control there, just a little bit outside of the box, and you see sweeping in, that is Diaz Pay for the Toros, and their feet get a little mixed up, so they'll get a foul.
It looks like yellow card for Diaz Pay as well. He was arguing at first that it shouldn't even be a foul. And it looks like it's going to be his 3rd yellow of the season.
That'll be something to watch. Among the defenders here for the Toros, Diaz Pay tends to be kind of the enforcer. He's the aggressor, not afraid to get in there and mix it up, and that's an early yellow. So he'll have to be pretty careful about how he defends, especially long passes against that far line.
Diaz Pay from Havana, Cuba. I think there's at least 1 or 2 Cubans on the Tulsa side as well. Toros look like they're going to put just one defender in the wall, so to speak. This will be Coutinho to take the kick over the wall into the area, and Derek has to come out to collect that one. And running onto it was their defender, Fala, who very nearly was able to connect with it, but Derek read that play.
And a good look at the speed there for Derek, too. He closed on that like a panther. Was able to pounce on it just before it got to the boot. Nice job of protecting his team by coming out and being aggressive.
Yeah, the Toros defense has been very solid lately. They're coming off a 1-1 draw against San Antonio, but they only gave up one shot on goal in that entire game. And then before that, they had the 2-1 loss to Austin Bold, in which Austin scoring the game winner on the almost literally the last kick of the game, and then it came in the 96th minute.
This has been a Toros team that just doesn't give opposing offenses a lot of really good looks. They'll hold you to 4, 5 shots on goal in a game. Last time out, as you mentioned, just one shot on goal, and that's the one that found its way to the net. And that's the style of play that Coach Cabrera has brought in with his first season back with the Toros. Remembering he was the first head coach in club history, now back for his second stint with the program, and he's brought a whole new mindset defensively, not allowing the opposition to get really good looks, make them play your style of soccer.
And you were telling me about something said during the week, Coach Cabrera. He still won't really acknowledge that this is a defensive-minded club, does he?
Yeah, he says we're not defensive-minded. We're a team that just plays the type of soccer we need to be successful. And he keeps pointing back to just the way this team can adapt to an opponent. Specifically, you go back to the game against Miami FC, and what happens? They go down 2 goals early, and all of a sudden the offense opens up. You have a hat trick from Elvis Amo. A team scores 4 goals in that match, and he thinks they have the ability with their combination of experience and technical talent to be whatever they need to be successful. If they have to play defense, they'll play defense. If they have to score, he thinks they can score.
There we see Wormel taking the goal kick, and we saw on the highlight a moment ago, Adrian Vetta with a nice little pass to Juan Couzain, and Couzain played it a little too heavy. It went out for the goal kick. Couzain with 2 goals to his credit this season, and Tulsa with control right now. Both of these teams started off hot. They both started off 3-0 this season, but Tulsa has since dropped 4 of their last 5, so they come in 4 wins, 4 losses, and the Toros have gone 2-2-2 in their last 6 games. They're 5-2-2 overall, still in first place in the Mountain Division. Tulsa comes in 4th place in the Central Division here tonight. And here's Sorto. Sorto's had a hot foot lately, passes it inside, it deflects, and the keeper, Wormel, able to save that one.
That's a great job by Wormel. That's in traffic. He's got to keep his eye not only on where the offensive players are, but what's happening with that ball, and he does a spectacular job of waiting right there at that end line. Let the ball come to him, not over-pursuing and leaving an open net behind him.
And how about Sorto? I mean, he's just been creating chance after chance lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, he is just crafty in a way that we just haven't seen in the USL in quite a while. He's a guy that can score. You've seen it this season, but I think what's really been surprising is not only can he draw the attraction as a scorer, but he's such a great distributor, able to find his teammates in motion, in open field, and set them up for some really nice goals.
There we see a shot of Ricky Garcia, the defender for Tulsa and former Toro. In fact, he played in the Houston Dynamo organization for a while. And that's Sorto right there. He has 2 goals on him. And there's a shot from downtown and a big save by Wormel. Wormel had to go to full stretch to knock that one out. It'll be a corner kick. Rodrigo Lopez with the shot.
And that's just excellent placement as well. Wormel had to use every inch to get to that one.
So the Toros early on putting some pressure on this Tulsa team.
United leads soccer, and all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com.
Rodriguez with the corner, a little too far. And it'll go out of play. I think Ramsey tried to get his head on it. There we see Diaz Bay came up from his defensive position because he's tall, 6'3". He's the tallest player on this Toros club. And something else that's interesting, I was looking at the goals for both teams, and Tulsa has scored 4 times this season in the first 15 minutes. They're a hot team early, and they've also scored 4 in the last 15. Toros have yet to score in the first 15 minutes this season.
but they do a lot of scoring in the second half.
They do.
The thing for the Toros, strong defense puts them in a good position to try to break something through late in the second half.
Here's some pressure here. Tulsa able to get out of it, send the ball straight up to midfield. Again, Toros with pressure. Cabezas wearing the captain's armband puts some pressure. Now Tulsa forced to play it back to its back line. And Garcia will find Eric Bird, another former Toro. And then Sheldon racing ahead will send it out. It'll be Toro's ball. Albuquerque, the newest Toro, just signed last week, but already starting his second game with the Toros. Although playing a different position tonight, he was a defender against San Antonio last week, and tonight playing at the forward spot or midfielder spot.
Just another testament to one of the aspects of this roster that Wilmer Cabrera has talked about a lot, is that he likes to bring in players that can play in multiple positions, and you're seeing that with Albuquerque in this one. He can play on the back line, they can move him forward into that midfield, kind of an attacking midfielder position. That allows this team to be really hard, forcing the opposition to adjust to them rather than the Toros having to adjust to the opposition.
FC Tulsa playing it back to the back line once again. Under the control of Kibatu, the midfielder from Canada. Young player, just 20 years old. Kibatu with it now across the half line, has some space. A series of Toros collapsing in there to get the ball back. It'll be Cerritos, who himself has been doing an excellent job of creating chances lately. 6 shots in the last 2 games. Now here's Sorto. Sorto will send it to the middle, and it's intercepted and stolen by Kibato. We're going to have a free kick for the Toros.
And Dario Suarez can't believe it. He thought he got bumped off the ball on that last attack. We'll take a look right here. Little misconnection looking for Juan Cusain. And Suarez gets mixed up there with Pimentel. They'll say that that is a foul on Suarez for cutting off Pimentel's angle. A good chance here for the Toros on their attacking third of the pitch. A chance to restart this one, see if they can build something.
We already saw Lopez had that cannon shot a few moments ago that Wormel had to go to full stretch to save. Looks like Lopez will also be taking the kick here. About 45 yards from goal, and he'll send it to the left side. This is Vera. Vera trying to cross it. Has another chance here. He'll push it ahead. And some good defending there by Sheldon. Sheldon out of Washington State, 28 years old. It'd be better to throw it in. That is out of Norwalk, California. It's on Sorto's foot now. Sorto will send it back. Charles will quickly reverse it, try to get it to the right side. Yes, Bay up the middle. Bounces back, and now we've got a free kick awarded to the Toros.
A really quick restart there by the Toros, trying to catch FC Tulsa perhaps a little out of position as they were starting to move into their attacking formation.
Yes, Bay with it. We'll send it over to the right side. It's sent up in the air by Ramsey. Sorto in Kibato doing for it. Sorto a shot that's deflected out. It'll be a corner kick. Went off of Sheldon, and this will be the second corner here for the Toros.
Very early on here, but the Toros are really setting themselves up shop over there on the true fit corner. Really nice job of continuing to apply pressure with their offensive looks, putting that off of this FC Tulsa back line.
Here's Lopez, second corner. This one will swing outward a bit. A header on goal. Wormel there for the save. And I think it was Diaz Bay got his head on that one, or it might have been Pimentel running up the field. But the Toros able to generate their second shot on net, and Wormel has 2 saves now.
There were a lot of black kits in the area there, so give some credit to Pimentel of holding his ground, waiting for that ball to reach that perfect apex, and then driving forward with the crown of his head. Textbook opportunity to see how you make a good attack off of the head, especially coming off of that looping corner.
Pimentel, an experienced player, 31 years old, Played with several La Liga teams in Mexico. Yes, Bay will send it over to the right side now. The Toros will send it down deep. Trying to get it to Ramsey there. Ramsey wins the ball. Sends it into the area. Sorto's there. And now stolen. And FC Tulsa able to clear that one.
That's a really good job of clearing for FC Tulsa. Looked like the Toros were really building something there. A couple of nice passes to get it centered back into the box, but a spectacular job by FC Tulsa coming forward and getting that out of there before the Toros got some more bodies in space.
Toros have to play it back to their keeper, Derek. Derek with 5 wins and 3 shutouts this year. Sends it all the way up to midfield. Toros have it here. Here's Cerritos. Cerritos finding some space on the left side and has it kicked away out of play, and it'll be a Toros throw-in.
That's Matt Sheldon again. What a great job he's doing on that back line of not over pursuing the attack, but standing his ground and allowing those balls to come to him and then just clearing them out before the Toros can get something built.
There's Cabezas. Over to the right, this is Ramsey with plenty of space. And it's blocked and goes out of play. I think that went off of Corrales. So Toros aggressive here early on. May have figured that the best defense against this Tulsa team that does like to attack early is maybe a good offense. As they get it over to Sorto now, the left corner, and it's knocked out. It'll be a Toro throw-in once again. 16 minutes complete, no score. Toros have had 2 really good chances at the net. Wormel making his first start of the season for FC Tulsa has made 2 good saves early on. Here's a trip, and this is going to be FC Tulsa's kick. That was Santos who drew the kick, Marlon Santos. Sometime in the stats, he looks like he goes by the first name Marlon, which is common among some Brazilians, isn't it?
It certainly is. You think of the most famous Brazilians on the market, Pele, Ronaldo. You're seeing it here again. Marlon making his name here in the USL Championship.
Just 5'8", 145 pounds. I think Pele was about 5'8". Marlon played with several professional teams in Brazil before coming to the United States. Toros controlling it here again. Cabezas over to the left. This is Vera. Vera, nice little touch there for Cerritos. Has Sortos to his right. Cerritos trying to cut inside. Has it kicked away. Sorto coming after that to challenge it. And it's going to be a Toros throw-in. Nice job there by Sorto.
Looks like we've got an FC Tulsa player down for just a moment.
It's Lucas Coutinho, a midfielder, also a Brazilian. Has 1 goal for FC Tulsa this season.
Checking the trainer out to take a look. Give him some fluids, maybe a cramp. It is a very warm and humid day here, deep South Texas. Game time temperature 96 degrees.
Yeah, Tulsa maybe not quite used to this much heat as they traveled 770 miles south from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Edinburgh, Texas.
Looks like they're going to send him off at least for just a moment.
Toros began the night in first place in the Mountain Division with 17 points. Tulsa's 4th in the Central with 12 points. And we mentioned a little bit about this earlier. Tulsa has scored, of their 15 goals, 7 have come in the first half, 8 in the second half. But it's a lot different for the Toros with 3 goals in the first half and 9 in the second half. Here's a center ball, and this will go out of play. This will be a corner kick here, won by the Toros. Sorto sent it inside. Ramsey was trying to play it. If you look at the replay, it looks like the defender sent that out of play. I think that was Corrales. And the 3rd corner now for the Toros.
So Toros definitely applying the bulk of the pressure here early on.
Headed out by the Tulsa defense. Hussein gets a header on it. Oh, nice little turn toward the goal. That was the new guy, Albuquerque, who got that touch on there. And Warmel able to save it before any of the other Toros could bounce. We'll take another look.
It's a really nice job. Good clean header there by Hussein. Puts it in a good spot. Albuquerque trying to get that bicycle kick going. And what a great job by Warmel coming out, because there were blue kits all over that ball. And had he bobbled that in the slightest way, odds are the Toros would have had a really nice look at net.
20th minute now. Tulsa still looking for their first shot at the Toro goal. They've had as many as 18 shots in a game this year, so it is a team that can turn up the offense when it needs to. Another free kick won by FC Tulsa.
Looks like FC Tulsa restarted that one a little more quickly than the referee wanted. You see that last play prior to that restart was a handball. That one caught Albuquerque on the bicep.
I think Vera with the unintentional handball there. And the DaCosta, their captain, who has 3 goals this season, lined up for the free kick here. Toro's going to put 2 in the wall in front of him. Costa probably lob this up to the top of the area. He does send it in there, headed out by the Toros. And another Toro gets a piece of it. That's Lopez, sends it out to safety.
That was a really good clearance. That's going to make it in about 20 feet of the opposing box. That's what the Toros needed. Good job there by Lopez of really clearing that one and giving the defense a chance to get reset.
The free kick here by the Toros. Each team has 3 fouls. Oh, good tackle there. It's an excellent tackle by Marlin. And now a chance here for Tulsa. They've got 4-on-4. Pass it into the net. A shot against Derrick, and it's a goal. A goal for FC Tulsa. And look who it is. It's Rodrigo DaCosta with his 4th goal of the season.
And that's just spectacular passing for FC Tulsa as well. They built that play at midfield. Good sliding tackle by Marlin. Set that entire counterattack up and doing a nice job of those clean, sharp passes, forcing Derrick to come out and try to cut the angle off. And because of how well placed this was, look at that. DaCosta just turns with that left foot and finds the corner of the net. Spectacular buildup, even better finish.
Yeah, that was an excellent buildup by Tulsa. Able to get numbers forward and then to find the open man as DaCosta closing in there. DaCosta, one of 3 Brazilians on this team, getting his 4th goal of the season. And he's pretty hot. I mean, last year in 2020 had only 2 goals, 4 assists. This season already 4 goals and 3 assists.
As we talked about early on, he's on a really kind of a torrid pace. If he keeps up the scoring and assist totals he's had here in the early going, he'll very easily reach a double-double on this season. That'll be just the 6th time a USL player has reached a double-double, that meaning double digits in goals and assists. And if he can get to 10 assists, he'll be the first player in USL history to have 10 assists in more than one campaign.
USL starting back in 2011. Now it's 11th year. Also, their team starting up again in the USL back in 2013. Toros joining in 2016. And Tulsa, with their first shot, reached the back of the net. They lead 1-0 midway through the first half.
Kind of reminiscent of last time out when the Toros only allowed 1 shot on goal there against San Antonio. That 1 shot found the back of the net. Now they're going to look for an equalizer.
An interesting stat we saw in before the game is that Tulsa 3-0 when they lead at halftime. If they trail at halftime, they're 0-3 this season. They have the lead right now in the 24th minute. That goes out, too much for Ramsey to control.
If there's any doubt that there's some psychology involved in scoring, that tells you a lot right there for FC Tulsa, doesn't it? If you've got that lead at halftime, it does a little something different to the way you look at the second half, but trailing, they're a team that kind of finds a hard way to get that energy built.
And this is really the first time the Toros have trailed at home this season. They were 3-0. They did lose their last game, but it came with about 10 seconds left before the final whistle. Here's the first time they've really trailed in the early part of a game at home this season. We've got Kuzain, looks like he's shaken up a little bit. So this is a little bit new territory here for the Toros. Kuzain did win a free kick. Kuzain out of, born in Illinois, some Malaysian parentage, and second on the team with 2 goals this year.
The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more about usl.com/forever-proud.
Kuzain's kick toward the net, a little too high to go out of play. Toros had a lot of players lined up there at the top of the penalty area. And it looked like Kuzain really might have been going for goal. A little bit too much gusto, of course. Maybe hoping for some kind of rebound out in front of Wormel.
See the flags there behind the goal. Perhaps that got up there and the wind carried it a little more than Kuzain was expecting.
It's the 5th shot of the first half here for the Toros. A free kick awarded to FC Tulsa. Take another look. Kuzain maybe getting a little too exuberant. Ibato plays it back to Wormel. Wormel go to the right side. Sheldon was trying to one-touch it forward. Some head tennis going on. The Toros win control. So Cabezas will slip it to Veta. Veta's upended. And this will be a free kick in a promising position here for the Toros.
This is the kind of possession the Toros need in this moment. Take a look right here. Veta doing a nice job trying to nutmeg that around Sheldon. Can't quite get it. He gets upended.
Sheldon, pretty solid player, 6 foot, 169 pounds.
But I think that's the right mentality if you're the Toros. Continue to attack. You're down 1-0, but that's not for lack of effort. You've been the aggressor for the bulk of these minutes in the first half. Can you continue to apply that pressure and see if you can get an attack that finds the back of the net?
And here's Rodriguez with the free kick. Lobs it up into Sorto, almost there. Sorto trying to get the redirect toward the net, or at least back to the middle. Didn't quite connect, but a great opportunity there for the Toros. Great try there by Sorto.
I think, again, right idea, and that's a really good placement there by Lopez. Sorto's maybe a half step off of being right where he needs to be to deliver that one back in toward net. Pretty good opportunity developing for the Toros. They're doing a nice job of placement there. Again, just not quite able to finish in those key moments.
You saw Wormel kind of admonishing his defense a little bit for allowing Sorto to slip in there unmolested. FC Tulsa winning the ball here. Da Costa sends it forward, but it's headed down by Diaz Bay. Nice defending there. They're getting physical there near the midfield, and this will be a free kick here for FC Tulsa.
See Albuquerque coming in, trying to make a good clean. Actually does make a pretty good clean play on that ball, but then ultimately takes the legs right out from under Sheldon. It's unfortunate. A pretty good sliding tackle, but ends up catching those legs.
I like the way he puts his hands up, like, you know, what did I do? Yeah, Albuquerque does need to be a little bit careful. Did pick up a yellow last week against San Antonio. 27 years old, out of Chicago. 6'1", 185. Sheldon with the throw in for FC Tulsa. He comes back to Sheldon, then kicked away from him by Cabezas. And FC Tulsa will have to play it all the way back to Wormel. Wormel, a hometown boy out of Tulsa. Sends this ball clear. Has shown good poise in that net, being just 23 years old. making his first regular season start here tonight for 2021. It's a free kick won by Tulsa once again.
Cabezas can't believe it. You're going to see another look here. Cabezas trying to close, ends up knocking Sheldon off the ball as he's cutting that angle. From his perspective, he thinks, well, I beat him to the ball, so I have possession to it. Referee sees it a little bit differently.
So Juan David Cabezas wearing that captain's armband, 30 years old, out of Colombia. Be a goal kick now for the Toros. And we see the head coach for FC Tulsa, 40 years old, Coach Michael Encian. Played his college ball at Dayton, has also had stints with a couple of MLS clubs. Long ball intended for Sorto, and it's going to be played into safety by Fala.
That's about all Fala could do with that. That was a really nice job of driving the ball and trying to find Christian Sorto with the head of steam. And if Fala hadn't played that away, Sorto was probably in a really good spot to try to cross that back in toward the box. Really, really proud of what we're seeing defensively here for FC Tulsa. They've done a spectacular job of standing strong on that back line.
Ball went into Albuquerque, but now Tulsa with control. Wormel comes to pick it up. They'll try the left side. You can see immediate pressure put on there by Ramsey of the Toros. And Tulsa having fits right now, just trying to get this ball out of their own end. They're going to win a free kick.
Dario Suarez comes up big there. He's able to get to the ball first and does a nice job of establishing position, getting those hips kind of squared over the ball, forcing the Toros to come through him, and that's where they draw the foul.
Yeah, Kiesenwetter, the forward, drew that foul. 28 years old, out of Berlin, Germany. 32nd minute. Also leading 1-0 on the strength of the goal by Da Costa. Second game in a row that Da Costa has scored. Scored in their 3-2 loss to Louisville City last week. And that one, Tulsa kind of wilted early. They gave up 3 goals in the first 10 minutes against Louisville City. And then came back to make it respectable, losing only 3-2. Da Costa scored along with Marlin. Tulsa with a chance here. Kibato sends it forward, trying to get it to Marlin. Marlin trying to keep it in play, is unable to do so. It'll be a goal kick here for the Toros. Nice defending there by Veta.
And Veta does a really nice job of staying after that attack. Occasionally you'll see a defender kind of pull back and try to protect net, especially when it doesn't look like he's going to get to the ball. But Veta does a nice job of staying aggressive and staying right on the hip of that attacker.
Veta sends this one forward, intended for Santos. It's played back to Wormel. And he'll send a deep kick toward midfield. Also again forced to play this back a little dangerously there as Sorto was still there. And now this will be a throw-in for FC Tulsa. This will be the only meeting between these two this year. They play in different divisions. Toros in the Mountain and Tulsa in the Central. It's going to be a free kick here for Tulsa.
And again, Sheldon finds himself on the turf. He's really been taking some pretty good shots from the Toros here early.
He's a physical player. Sheldon with the ball right now. Marked by Sorto. Trying to get it to Marlin at midfield. Marlin draws the free kick. That's going to be the 9th whistle against the Toros here in this first half. Gives you an idea of the quickness of this FC Tulsa squad. Here I think they're going to call a foul against FC Tulsa. Diaz-Bay drawing that one.
Taking a look here, Dario Suarez and Diaz-Bay kind of matched up there, and it looks like Suarez just gets under the legs of Diaz-Bay, so as he tries to come up, he didn't have anything to kind of springboard off of. We'll draw the quick foul.
Yeah, Diaz-Bay 6'3", Suarez 5'7". Tulsa try it again from the back as they lob it up toward midfield. Toros going after the ball aggressively there after able to tap it over to Kuzain. There's Kuzain now on the move, has some room, going to let it go, and just outside. It'll be a goal kick. Kuzain showing he has a powerful leg. That was with the left foot too.
Take a look at this dribbling by Kuzain. If you didn't know that he had the ability to move with the ball, able to break through a number of defenders there and put himself in a good position, put that strike. Perhaps got a little too much curl into that, ends up just off net. But a nice job of dribbling through traffic and finding a good look at net.
Espe controls for the Toros. In a collision there with a Tulsa player. It's going to be Tulsa's free kick. Let's see which Tulsa player is down.
Dario Suarez again.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Although it doesn't look like there was contact there between he and Diaz-Pay. It looked like he got up and Diaz-Pay's kick kind of came under him. Didn't see a whole lot of contact there, but either way, we'll award the ball to FC Tulsa, and they'll get a pretty good look here. They're dead center squared with the net.
About 45 yards from goal. See what they can do with this. Also on top, 1-0. Da Costa with the goal. Here's the kick. Lob it into the area. Headed out by the Toros. And I think they call a foul on Tulsa, so a free kick here for the Toros now. Been a lot of whistles in this first half. Teams have combined for 17. 10 on the Toros, 7 on FC Tulsa. Last 9 minutes and change here of the first half. Sheldon sends this one forward, played by Cabezas. And Garcia sends that one up for Tulsa. Now they have some room to work with. This is Sheldon coming up from his defender spot and has it poked away by Sorto. Cabezas with it, with time, and he'll find Cerritos on the left side. Going to be a little bit too far for him. Or is it? Oh, I think he kept it in play, but a bit of a heavy touch there, and it does go out finally. But we see Coach Cabrera mentioned that he's in his second stint as head coach of the Toros. Coached him in 2016 for one season, went to the playoffs, and then this year has them in first place. In fact, the Toros, they had the playoff odds for all 31 USL teams this past week. And for the Toros, they began the year with a 30% chance of making the playoffs. This week, it's up to 62% after their 5-2-2 start. See a Tulsa player down here. And for Tulsa, their chances have stayed about the same. They began the year at 57%. Right now at 54%. They stand at 500, 4 wins and 4 losses. You see some of the fans in the Zona Naranja on the north end of the field.
USL is going for the W. The USL recently announced the formation of the USL W League, providing increased equality and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer, both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, the W League is set to begin play in 2021-2022 in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more.
Still have an injury situation on the field. Trainers out there looking at him. Power rankings for this week in the USL Power Rankings, the Toros moved down 4 spots to number 8 this week. Also up 1 spot to number 14. By the way, a division rival for the Toros, El Paso Locomotive, remains at number 1 this week, 2nd week in a row. And El Paso will be the next opponent for the Toros. That'll be Wednesday night here at HEB Park. We see, was that Coutinho?
Looks like it.
Shaken up. I think he was shaken up earlier in the first half as well. And it looks like they're going to sub him out.
Indeed they will. He'll be replaced by Jerome Kiesewetter. 6', 185-pound German forward.
Substitution for FC Tulsa. Number 9, Jerome Casavelter. For number 33, Lucas
28 years old.
Little change of pace for Tulsa. He's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, he joined Tulsa after a deal with Inter Miami that Tulsa worked out with the MLS club. It's David Beckham's club, isn't it, the Inter Miami?
It is.
Tulsa with the throw in here. Last few minutes of the first half. Tulsa up 1-0 on the strength of a 22nd minute goal by DaCosta. His 4th of the season. Toros have the throw in now. This is Veta. Sorto keeps that in play. Torso's going to lob this over to the left side of the field where they have a lot of space over there. They're forced to play it back, and again, you see the defensive pressure there by the Toros.
I think you got to have a lot of credit to FC Tulsa in this one. It's been all Toros pressure-wise, but the score advantage goes to FC Tulsa. They took advantage of that one good scoring opportunity and found the back of the net. I think if you talk to anyone on this FC Tulsa roster, they'll tell you they're real happy to be able to withstand that pressure from the Toros and find themselves up at half.
We saw a long-distance shot from Suarez a moment ago. Easy save for Derek and the Toros goal. Also with control once again. Skibato with it. Working a give and go with his teammate, Corrales. Now it's up ahead. Isavetter was trying to get control of it, but the Toros win the ball. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here on ESPN Plus and also locally in the Edinburgh area on Somos Alaye, channel 5.2. There's going to be a throw in here for the Toros. Toros winners in their first 3 home matches this season and lost to Austin Bold last time out 2-1 when Bold converted on a free kick 6 minutes into second half stoppage. Now here's Sorto on the move. Going to play this forward a little bit too heavy. Wormel, I think, deliberately let that go. I thought he missed it at first, but I think it was deliberate because he knew the Toros had touched it last. And we see it again here as Sorto trying to get it ahead to Cerritos.
Yeah, if he'd just been a little softer, that was going to be a really good look for Cerritos. Right decision there by Sorto, though. He wasn't going to have as good a look as Cerritos.
Yeah, and Sorto and Cerritos, 2 of the young guys that I think Coach Cabrera is, I guess, showing more confidence in. He didn't start his main goal scorer, Elvis Amo, tonight. Also didn't start his other veteran, Vicente Sanchez.
Chance to see what some of these youngsters can do. And to their credit, Sorto and Cerritos have been playing spectacular soccer over the last couple of matches. Certainly earned the opportunity to get the start. And they've played well here, just have not quite been able to connect in the way you would want them to finish at the net.
Both of them have a ton of shots. Sorto leading the team in shots. And Cerritos has doubled his total. Had 6 shots 2 games ago, but he's had 6 in the last 2 games. All the way up to 12.
Looks like we're going to get a true fit corner in favor of FC Tulsa here.
That first corner of the match for FC Tulsa here in the 44th minute.
This one will be taken by the goal scorer, Rodrigo DaCosta.
He's going to play this one short. A little give and go, and now he's going to lob it up over the area toward the far post. It's kept in play, and finally won by Albuquerque for the Toros. Also tried to keep that alive for a little bit, trying to make something happen. Corrales on top of it now, being hounded by Lopez. Corrales forced to play it back. Now works a little give and go. His teammate to Winters. Winters, a young player, just 20 years old, is an academy signee for Tulsa. And Corrales played this all the way back to his keeper, Warmel. Corrales, 30 years old, out of Cuba. A lot of experience. And it looks like FC Tulsa's won another free kick.
If there was any doubt about the competitive nature of FC Tulsa, remove that doubt from your mind. They have been playing spectacular soccer here, taking the best shot the Toros have really given anyone all season as far as ramping up the pressure on the defensive end, and they've just been spectacular with that and finding good counterattacks to break up some of that pressure.
Here's Sheldon racing ahead. He's forced to play it back. Haven't seen how much stoppage time is going to be added yet. Had some injuries. It might be 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to be 3 minutes. Tulsa wanted the ball into space here. That's Suarez trying to send it inside. It was tipped away by Diaz Bay. It's also recovering here. This is Sheldon. Has some room. Going to go to the right side to Marlin. Marlin with one marker. Has it kicked away. Out of play. Nice job there by Veta.
Good sliding tackle there by Veta. He saw that attack coming. Doesn't over-attack. Allows that to be brought to him and then just boots that one away.
Torres winning the ball. And see if Sorto can clear it. Gonna lob it up over into the middle. It's also winning that ball back, but there is a whistle here, and this will be a Toros free kick. That was a little bit dangerous there by Sorto.
Louis Ramsey, a little slow to get back up. He took the brunt end of that. So he was almost driven into the ground on that attack.
Ramsey, a recent signee by the Toros. I believe this is his third game. Comes from England. Vera plays this back. This is Albuquerque. To the middle, Sorto with the one touch. About 1 minute left in stoppage time. Vera trying to evade his marker. It's also with some pressure here. Albuquerque goes after it, has it tipped away from him. Chance here for FC Tulsa. This is Da Costa, the goal scorer. Sends it ahead to Marlin. Couldn't quite get there. Derek is on top of it anyway, but it looked like it went out for a goal kick.
Just that quick, Derek puts it back in.
All the way ahead for Cerritos, but it's kicked away from him by Fala.
This is a real good spot for a throw-in if you're the Toros. Looks like Sorto's going to take that.
One last chance here for the Toros. Down a goal here, late first half. Less than 30 seconds left in stoppage. Sorto going to chip this one into the area, or had it blocked in front, actually. Now Cabezas with it. No markers on him, sends it to the middle. And then Fala, taking no chances, will play that out. It'll be a corner kick here. This will be right at the end of the first half. Fourth corner of the first half for the Toros.
The Toros have to be real quick if they want to get this one in.
They're going to put 6 guys in the box. Here comes the kick toward the net. Headed up, top of the box. Sorto with a miss. Kuzain tries to send it back in, and now it's going to go out. I think that might be the end of the first half. It is. We've reached the first half, and it's 1-0 in favor of FC Tulsa on the strength of Rodrigo Da Costa's goal. And Tulsa, with that counter-attacking goal, have the 1-0 lead here at the break. We'll have some halftime stats, halftime highlights for you when we come back. You're watching USL Championship Soccer right here on ESPN+.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And welcome back to HEB Park here in Edinburgh, Texas. Mark May with Brian Smith at the half. It's 1-0 in favor of Tulsa on top here early on. And Brian, early first half, we kind of I think before the game, we expected Tulsa to be the aggressor, but it was the other way around, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Special appreciation to our halftime sponsor, Live Oak Texas Vodka, the official sponsor of the RGV Toros. And when you look at what happened in the first half, this was a whole different look for the Toros. They were aggressive. They were involved with some ball control, which you expect to see. What really surprised me was their drive to push the pace and really send a couple long passes, forcing FC Tulsa to kind of play back on their heels and be the defensive team. Not what we've seen so far this season for the Toros. So an interesting development there for Coach Cabrera and the Toros to look to not only possess the ball, but to be the offensive aggressor.
And they had a little bit of a quicker lineup, maybe the Toros did early on. They had Cerritos and Sorto, and it looked like both of them, especially Sorto, were able to find their space.
Yeah, and Sorto, I think, has been kind of building on this for the last couple of games. If you look through the stats, you see that Christian Sorto has been a little more aggressive. He's been a little more in the mix as far as jumping into passing lanes and trying to force the pace. And when you've got that 1-2 combo of Sorto and Cerritos really getting on the same page, that could be a scary development for other USL teams because those are two really talented young players.
And we also looking at Tulsa, DaCosta, their captain, does what he does best. He was able to find the back of the net with a nice counter, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think anybody that pays close attention to what's going on with FC Tulsa, you're going to put a circle around DaCosta. You're going to say that's the guy that really is kind of the engine that fuels this team. And again, we talked about it early in the first half, on the verge of a double-double for the season. Got another great campaign for him. And not only is he their best player as far as creating opportunities, but he's starting to develop the ability to actually score the goals as well.
So Tulsa with a strong defensive effort there in the first half. They're a team that likes to score goals and let you kind of try to catch up to them. But they did a good job of withstanding that Toros attack in the first half. They have the 1-0 lead at the moment. Let's go ahead and take a break. We're going to go to our USL weekly feature and see what's happening in the United Soccer League.
I wasn't going to let anything get in my way of achieving my goals, which were to be a professional soccer player. So the first opportunity I got at preseason, when a teammate asked like if I was dating a girl or something, I just came out to a bunch of my teammates at dinner and said, no, I'm gay. All I needed to do was that one time, because then I didn't lie. Your sexuality should never limit you from playing the sport you love.
Crossbar in. What an answer by San Diego. Oh, Mears again. McCrary brings it down to his chest. Jordan McCrary has tied it here. Takes a hard strike, saved by Romel Gomez.
And we're back here at HEB Park. Time to look at what else is going on around the United Soccer League. What's going on, Brian?
So this game, not the only action across the USL this evening. 3 other games on tap. New York Red Bulls 2 is at Pittsburgh. New Mexico United, a team the Toros know quite well, are at Colorado. And the San Diego Loyal will face the Las Vegas Lights in Las Vegas. Quick look at those scores. 2 minutes in, New Mexico and Colorado are knotted at 0-0. Pittsburgh picked up the win over New York earlier today, 2-1, and then taking off in about an hour will be the Loyal and the Lights out there in Las Vegas. Another quick update, Indy 11 acquired themselves a new keeper. Indy 11 announced yesterday the club had acquired goalie Eric Dick on loan for Major League Soccer's Columbus Crew. Dick also played his college soccer at Butler, so kind of returning close to home now for this one. Another expansion looking across the USL as well, as the arrival of professional soccer in Des Moines, Iowa, took a major step forward today as the Iowa Economic Development Authority authorized the city of Des Moines $23.5 million toward the Capital City Reinvestment District, which includes Pro Iowa Stadium and Global Plaza. Pro Iowa is aiming to bring a USL championship team to Des Moines for the 2024 season. This soccer-specific stadium would become the centerpiece of a 65-acre, $535 million development. So big news out there in Iowa.
Looking forward to some football up in Iowa.
Yeah, and USL continue to expand, and that's just been such a great thing to see is the expansion of the USL. Let's take a look also now at the Player of the Week across the USL and the USL Championship Team of the Week looking at week number 9. Player of the Week, you see him right there, Cameron Lancaster from Louisville City. And there's the rest of your Team of the Week. Starting there in goal with Cochran, a couple of defenders, Gomez, King, Yearwood, and Segbers. The midfielders, Renfenlo, Nagalna, Blake, Barry, and Judd. There was a Toros player that made the all-bench team. Juan David Cabezas was on the bench team for week number 9.
And yeah, I was taking a look at Cameron. His stats on the week for Louisville City: recorded 3 goals across 2 games as Louisville swept wins against Birmingham Legion. And, of course, Tulsa, we mentioned that one, had 6 shots and completed 14 of 18 passes. So a great week for Cameron Lancaster, the Player of the Week. And now we've got our upcoming schedule.
Here's what's coming up for FC Tulsa. They've got some matches against the OKC Energy and Louisville City in their next 3. And they'll wrap it up 2 more. July 24th against Memphis 901 FC and the 28th against Atlanta United 2.
2 against their cross-state rival there, Oklahoma City.
And flipping over to the other side, here's what's coming up for the Toros. So on the 30th, they've got El Paso Locomotive FC. That could be the game of the week right there, as those two are vying for the top of the Mountain Division. Then they'll get a rematch against Austin Bold, the last team to defeat them up to this point. The next 3 after that, Orange City SC, another one against Austin Bold. And then on July 31st, they will face off against Phoenix Rising FC.
Yeah, I think after El Paso, 4 of the next 5 are on the road. The July 24th game against Austin Bold is going to be here at HEB Park. But the Toros will go on the road for most of July. So we'll see how that pans out. Let's take another break. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching USL Championship Soccer. But let's take a look at these standings right here first before we go to that break. And this is the Central Division where Tulsa competes.
Exactly. See, Birmingham Legion FC, they're at the top, 19 points. And what a run they're on through 10, 6, 3, and 1. Making a strong argument that they should be in the playoffs, followed by Louisville City, the Indy 11.
And Louisville City, a 2-time USL champion in recent years. So, yeah, we know they're solid.
And strong at 5-2-1. And through the rest of the lineup there, you see FC Tulsa there in 4th, followed closely by Atlanta United 2, cross-state rival to OKC Energy FC, Memphis 901 FC, and then rounding out those standings, Sporting Kansas City 2. We'll flip over to the Mountain Division where the Toros are reigning supreme early on in the season at 5-2-2. Followed closely behind there by El Paso Locomotive FC, one of only 2 teams to defeat the Toros thus far. 4 wins, no losses, 3 draws, so yet to even drop a game for the El Paso Locomotive. New Mexico United FC is in 3rd, followed by Colorado Springs, the Austin Bold, the other team to defeat the Toros on the season. And rounding out the standings, San Antonio FC and Real Monarchs SLC.
Yeah, the top 3 teams within 3 points of each other, top 6 teams within 6 points of each other. So a very tight, very competitive Mountain Division there. San Antonio, preseason favorite to win that division, possibly even win the league, in 6th place right now, albeit on goal difference. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. This is USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself eating this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
And we're back here at H-E-B Park. Here's the highlights, Brian.
And DeCosta, the 1 goal, and he got that off of a great possession there for FC Tulsa. Perhaps their best look all game. They only needed the 1, though. What a beautiful pass, finding him in motion. The other side, the Toros had a couple good looks. There's Rodrigo Lopez from way downtown. And here's a great cross off of the corner by Lopez. Great header there by Pimentel, but a great job of coming out by Warmel and breaking that one up. Here comes Sorto once again, trying to find Cerritos in traffic, perhaps just a little bit too far out from him. That's been the difference here in the first half, as FC Tulsa was able to capitalize on the 1 good look they've had. The Toros not really able to quite find themselves in space to get the equalizer.
And DeCosta with the goal. Suarez, by the way, getting the assist on that 22nd minute goal, and that's the difference right now is FC Tulsa 1 and RGV 0. And just about ready to start the second half. And looking at some of the stat numbers, total shots favors the Toros 6-2. Shots on goal 3-2 in favor of the Toros. Corner kicks 4-1 favor of the Toros, as they were kind of the aggressor on offense in that first half. And then I thought this was interesting, Brian. Look at the duels won, 38-38.
Yeah, split it right down the middle. Quick substitution for the Toros here to open the second half. Stepping off will be Juan Kuzain. He's going to be replaced out there on the pitch by Babukar Jay. And then the additional substitution for, this time it's going to be for FC Tulsa, as we see Fala coming out. He's going to be replaced by Mudu Jadarma. Another substitution for the Toros as well to open the second half, as out will come Roberto Albuquerque. He's going to be replaced by James Murphy in the middle.
Murphy out of Scotch Plains, New Jersey. 23 years old, and we're underway here in the second half. Toros with the ball. Teams have switched ends. Toros sending it downfield. It's a pass from Ramsey. It's going to go out of play. It looked like it was intended for Cerritos.
So something to watch opening the second half. We've yet to see Elvis Amo, Toros' leading scorer, has not been on the pitch yet today. Didn't get the start, is not going to start the second half. Perhaps Coach Cabrera is continuing to try to save some of those legs for late in this one, see if he can get a late substitution. bring in the high-powered Amo. Amo's got a hat trick on the year. He had 3 goals in that 4-2 victory over Miami FC earlier.
Only the second one in franchise history. And Toros have scored 3 times in the last 15 minutes of games this season, so they're no strangers to late-game drama. By the way, Jay, who also came in for the Toros, 26 years old, out of Gambia. And we mentioned the 2 players for FC Tulsa. Judama is also from Gambia, coming in at defender. And now we have a throw in here.
A little misconnection for the Toros allowed that one to develop for Tulsa. Tried to keep that in. They're going to say it's going to go out, so we'll get a goal kick here for Derek. Tyler Derrick's not really been challenged much in this one other than that really good attack by Acosta there in the first half.
We saw that go out for a goal kick a moment ago. And Toros with control.
Time of possession will be something to watch here in the second half. We're used to the Toros nearly doubling up their opponents in time of possession, but that was not the case in the first half, as FC Tulsa actually outpossessed the Toros 55% to 45%.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of new territory for the Toros there a little bit, used to controlling the ball. Jay with it right there. Works a little give and go with Murphy. Jay with control, and now lets a shot go. It's going to be way too high. But Jay taking advantage of that space right there.
Trying to strike early, get those energetic young legs moving. And you see it there. He saw some space and said, I'll take it.
And I would say Worrell, who had a good first half, couple of good saves to keep the shutout alive. We said making his first start of the regular season for FC Tulsa tonight. And Tulsa trying to play this back at a little bit of a danger there, as the Toros putting on the pressure, trying to get the turnover in the Tulsa zone, and they do. Here's Jay with it. Finds the open man. That's Murphy. Now over to Lopez. Lopez gets Sorto. Sorto moving in. Will shoot at the net, and it's just wide.
Sorto not afraid to take shots, and again, you give him a little bit of space, and he will take it. That's the second time Sorto has found himself in a really good spot at the top of the box. You see it developing here. Lopez, really good through pass. Finds Sorto in motion, and perhaps he gets a little under that as he floats it just a little bit wide, but continuing to apply the pressure there.
Mel with a little give and go. His teammate, now it's over to Garcia's foot. Garcia with some space to work with. Find his teammate Corrales on the left side. There's a little give and go there, and Corrales moving down the field. Tried to send that to the middle, but Ramsey was there with the header. This is going to go out of play. It'll be the second corner now for FC Tulsa.
A really good spot here because they didn't have numbers coming back offensively. So now they'll get a chance to bring some more black kits over into the box and see what they can develop off of this true fit corner.
Can't quite see who is taking the corner. They had DaCosta in the first half. This is going to be to the far side and actually going to go out of play. So it'll be a goal kick here for the Toros.
And look at the serious gaze of Tyler Derrick there. He's done a really good job all season in net for the Toros. No different here. With the exception of that one great scoring opportunity that Tulsa capitalized on, Derrick really hasn't given them a whole lot to look at.
Suarez, by the way, who had taken that corner, the errant corner, so Toros with control now. Early second half. Toros again pressing like we saw them at the beginning of the first half. Send it back to Worrell. Unable to use his hands off the back pass, but handles it deftly. Able to send it all the way to the other end of the field. Ramsey plays it back to Derrick. And Ramsey will motor forward. And Ramsey looked like he fouled from behind, so he'd get the free kick. 10 whistles on FC Tulsa. And 11 in the first half on the Toros. This This is Sorto. Sorto with some space. Tries the through ball here. A little bit too far. Worrell comes out and is able to smother that one.
Another good look at that 1-2 punch of Sorto and Cerritos. And again, just slightly misconnecting there. Sorto was trying to get that past the back line and find Cerritos in motion. Didn't quite make it there.
Saw Sorto with a couple of blocks there. And now Cerritos is down. And how about that aggressive play by Sorto? Blocking 2 attempted passes. So it went off Sorto, then Cerritos got mixed up with the new player, Judama.
It looks like he came down a little awkwardly on that right foot. Needs a second just to stretch that out.
Toros send this one back into the area. Worrell stays back, try to head it to him, and they were able to do that.
And Wormel's just done a spectacular job in net for FC Tulsa in this one. Able to come out and challenge when he has to. He spent a lot of time, though, playing back and allowing his defense to set the tone.
Judama had a good header there, back to his keeper. Toros win the ball here at midfield. Now it's played to Sorto. Sorto with some space to work with. 3 against 4. Pass off to the right. Here's Lopez. Lopez going to send it into the area. It's headed down and then cleared out by FC Tulsa. They're trying to get it to Cerritos there in front of the 6-yard box. Toros again with pressure, win the ball. Here's Jay. Jay to Sorto, trying to get the turn now to Jay. He'll take the shot, and it's just wide.
Again, Sorto doing a really nice job of being a distributor. He gets it there in traffic, the one touch to Jay. Jay perhaps just a little too excited there as he pushed that one just a little bit wide, but give a tip your hat to Sorto. He's doing a really nice job of being that distributor, finding himself in a good spot, trying to feed his teammates.
As Jay, who played in USL League 2 earlier in his career, trying to find his role with the Toros. Second half substitute here tonight. We've got a FC Tulsa player down, and this is Suarez.
Suarez is one of those guys. He's really aggressive, and you see it again there. When you're aggressive, you tend to get yourself into some pretty aggressive scrums, and that was another one there. You see he gets himself kind of mixed up there quickly with Louis Ramsey. He ends up getting the worst of it.
Might have gotten cleated by accident there on the left calf. Suarez, 5'7", 160 pounds, out of Havana, Cuba. Second on the team with 4 goals scored this year. Has an assist tonight.
Everybody get a little bit of liquid there, rehydrate. It's a warm one. Those electrolytes up.
I'm wondering if they ever do cooling breaks at times in the USL. We've seen that in Europe at times when the temperature reaches a certain point or the heat index. Going to be a drop ball, and ball goes going to be kicked down toward the Toros. Toros starting from their own end, down 1-0 here, early second half. And here the Toros win the ball here. This is Cerritos with it. It's going to play it up. This is Murphy. Over toward the right to a streaking Ramsey. Ramsey with 1 marker. Now 2. It has it kicked away from him. Good defending by Corrales. FC Tulsa back with it. Suarez, who's back in there, sends it ahead to his teammates. And then the Toros forced to play it all the way down to Derek. Bay. Another Cuban out there on the pitch. Sends it down toward the Tulsa side. Nice little dummy there by Suarez, but didn't work out as the Toros end up with possession here. Send it ahead to Jay. Jay with a nice little move around Corrales. A double team down there near the sideline on Cerritos. And Tulsa clears once again.
United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com.
Porto trying to win the ball. Tulsa able to kick it away. Now Pimentel has it. Pimentel has a shot on goal earlier in this game. The ball will go out of play, and I believe this will be a Toros throw-in. That's going to be a Toros free kick.
And then the yellow there as Sorto had his legs just swept right out from under him. Does a nice job of kind of sending that one around, and then Sheldon kind of grabs him by the shoulder and rakes that foot.
Card to FC Tulsa, number 13, Matthew Sheldon.
A really good spot to restart here for the Toros.
Yeah, and Sheldon picks up the yellow card. That'll be his second of the season. First yellow on Tulsa in this game. Toros have one player that's been booked. This looks like Rodriguez will be taking the free kick. Gonna keep this on the ground, trying to get a touch on net just over the bar. I think that was Pimentel once again, who's able to get that nice little touch.
Take a look at this. Lopez does a nice job of pushing that in. Sorto redirects, and Pimentel just a little bit under that, but that is a beautiful job of touch passing there from Sorto. And Pimentel got one of the best looks he's had all season on net.
Yeah, that would have been a very pretty goal if they had converted that one. In the initial look, I did not see Sorto's nice little back heel there, right to Pimentel. Pimentel unable to keep it under the bar. Tulsa dodging a little bit of a bullet there. That's 10 shots. Toros have outshot the Tulsa 10-2. Toros season high is 15. Looks like they're on pace to surpass that tonight. It's Murphy over to the right side. Once again, Toros on the attack. Ramsey with control and time into the area, headed out. And now it's going to be replayed over to the left side of the box. This is Lopez, shot deflected and over the bar. And this will be a corner for the Toros.
So James Murphy will take this one for the Toros. And again, no change of momentum here in the second half as they head to the true fit corner. Toros continuing to be the aggressor offensively.
There's a shot from outside the box. It's going to go way wide. Attempt by Lopez. That'll be a goal kick now for FC Tulsa. Lopez has started 8 games this season. He's played at defensive mid, attacking midfield, or left wing. Came into tonight with 10 shots, 2 were on target. I think he had one on target in the first half. That was a cannonball from way outside.
Quick foul there on the pitch. Santos ends up getting the worst of that. Restart coming now for FC Tulsa.
60th minute now. Still a 1-goal game. This is Judama. Plays it up forward. Judama out of Gambia. 27 years old. Came on as a second half sub. Now Tulsa works it down the right side. Pin it into the area. Have some players to work with there as they get control. Pass over to the left now. And a shot at the net, and it goes in! A nice deflection by Tulsa. And they have doubled the lead to 2-0 here in the second half.
And that's DaCosta again. You want to talk about an offensive player that's just exploding right now. Take a look at DaCosta. Had plenty of space right there, and what does he do? He allows that momentum to carry him into that corner of the box. And look at the way he drives with his left foot. Great bend right past Derek and uses the post to deflect that back in. DaCosta is on fire.
Now, what a perfect shot. As we see Suarez right there, chested that ball at the top of the area. And then it was Kibato with the pass over to the left side to DaCosta. And DaCosta, a no-doubter, makes it 2-0 here in minute 61.
This has just been a spectacular performance thus far for FC Tulsa. We knew they were a high-powered offense. It's been the talk of the USL here in the early going, just about how aggressive and how potent this FC Tulsa offense is. But on the flip side, they're a team that typically gets a lot of shots, and that's where the goals come from. A little different performance tonight. They're not getting a lot of shots, but man, are they capitalizing when they get them.
Yeah, just 3 shots total for them, but 2 goals to show for it. And kind of uncharacteristically there, they were able to find space down the right side as we see Sorto now moving into the area, has it bumped away from him by Winters and sent back into safety. Hard tackle there by the Toros, but play will continue. They'll send this into the area. Cerritos charging after it, but Wormel able to get there first.
Worth mentioning, this is just the 3rd time in the early going the Toros have allowed an opponent more than 1 goal. 2 prior times were in that 4-2 victory over Miami FC. And then in their match against Austin Bold, last time they were home, they allowed 2 goals for the Bold. So nobody has scored more than 2 on the Toros yet this year. Perhaps Tulsa's put themselves in a position to be the first one to get the triple figure.
Yeah, Tulsa looking stronger and stronger as this game goes on. Haven't given up a really tough shot in this second half so far. We see Jadama winning the ball in the area for FC Tulsa and sending the ball up to midfield. Now a free kick being awarded to the black and gold. That's DaCosta, the 2-goal scorer, gets crashed into by Murphy.
Murphy coming from the backside, and it looked like DaCosta pulled up right in front of him. Murphy's momentum just drove him right into the back of DaCosta.
See Bird moving forward, and now the ball will be played over to the left side. Oh, nice job to keep that in. That was Corrales reached up there, but Murphy's able to steal it for the Toros. Toros coming down there, sending this ahead to Cerritos. 2 markers closing in on him. They're able to pick his pocket. And another good play there by Judama. Judama's had several really good plays here, coming on as a second half substitute at defense. Also able to steal this one. This is Suarez with it. Suarez will push it ahead into the area. Chance there, and a nice block there by the Toros. Prevented a point-blank shot. That would have been DaCosta again. They concede the corner kick.
And Tyler Derrick's going to give Pimentel a little pat on the back as Pimentel saves a goal here, very likely, coming in with that sliding tackle. You know what a great job DaCosta can do with the ball at his feet. And that was going to be Derrick on DaCosta had Pimentel not come in and taken that one away.
Yeah, DaCosta with 5 goals now, tied for the team lead for FC Tulsa. Here's the corner kick. Going to go too far and go out of play, and this will be a goal kick here for the Toro.
And then a couple times with the True Fit corner and FC Tulsa, it's like the wind carries that a little more than they're expecting, so they end up pushing it further than they intend to.
Dario Suarez, by the way, with the corner once again. See him on 2 corners now that he's put a little bit too much on it. Bird wins the ball here at midfield. Is Bird chasing after this one for FC Tulsa. And kicks it off Veta to be throw in for Tulsa. Also up 2-0 here in the 65th minute. But 6 of the Toros' goals this season, half their total, have come after the 64th minute.
Unless we forget, they were down 2-0 to Miami FC earlier this year and came back with 4 second-half goals to pick up the victory. So this is the Toros team that can score when the moment's right. They've really got to capitalize as they've been the aggressor thus far but have not been able to match the efficiency of FC Tulsa.
Scabessa's trying to play that one forward, stolen by Kibatu. Has some space here, running and shooting. It may have been deflected off Ramsey a bit. And they are going to say a corner kick here for FC Tulsa. So Kibatu, who assisted on the second goal with space here, is going to give it a go, and it went off of Ramsey's leg. This will be the 4th corner now for FC Tulsa.
I think if I'm Kibato, I might have tried to look to one of the trailers. He had a couple of his teammates kind of creeping up to his right side. If he had pulled back for just a moment, one of them likely would have had a little better look. Maybe DeCosta can make something happen here coming from the opposing corner.
Yeah, DeCosta's corner screams in toward the near post, and Derek is there for it. And on the breakout, this will go to DSP. Little touch to Lopez, and now Murphy. Across the half line to Cerritos. His teammate Vera has some room here. Also has 6 back on defense in front of Wormel. The Toros will wait for some reinforcements here. Cabezas. Now Vera. They're not closing on him. Sorto with it now. Does a little give and go with Murphy. Bird was ready for it, but Sorto tries a shot blocked in front. And then another shot blocked. It was Shudama got that first block. And I think Sheldon got the second one. That'll be a corner kick.
James Murphy will step over to that true fit corner once again. He's taken the corners here in the second half thus far. Looks like a couple substitutions waiting to come in for the Toros as well.
Be an in-swinger, and Toros tried to get a header on it, couldn't quite connect. This will go all the way and out of play. It'll be a Tulsa throw-in.
Here come those substitutions for the Toros. Out will come Christian Sorto. He's going to be replaced by Juan Carlos Azocar. Local fans giving Sorto a hand for his efforts. Also substitution now, Cerritos is coming out, who'll be replaced by 41-year-old Vicente Sanchez. The experienced Uruguayan. So Coach Cabrera is going to replace his entire front line. Both forwards come out, being replaced. Here for the close here the second half as we get Sanchez and Azocar as the 2 forwards.
Now, these guys are no strangers to the back of the net, are they?
Not at all. Sanchez, 2 goals on the season. He's been a spectacular addition. At 41 years old, he's got the ability to really make some spectacular things happen because of his experience, his ability to kind of break down plays faster than anyone else out there on the pitch. Coach Cabrera has said that having Sanchez out there, it's like having a coach on the field. He can really make some quick judgments. And Azocar, arguably one of the most technical players you're going to see in the USL, does a really nice job of stepping in the big moments and making things happen.
Azocar has not played in his last 3 games. But his 1 goal, which came against San Antonio on the road, probably a goal of the year candidate in the USL.
Beautiful bicycle kick. And Coach Cabrera talked after that game specifically about how that's not even surprising because Azocar just in practice is one of those guys that makes just spectacular scoring opportunities look really easy.
Yeah, it was a great goal. Came in the 89th minute, ended up tying the game at 1. Here's a shot from distance, and Wormel, who was well off his line, here to get back in time. Of course, it drifted wide to the left. But Murphy, wow. Not afraid to take this shot from down long distance there.
Yeah, Murphy says, my range is anywhere where there's green grass.
There was a goal like that in the USL about a couple of weeks ago. Hartford had one. That was from behind the half line. And the keeper came way too far out. Here's another opportunity here for the Toros. The left side, moving through the area, trying to get it to Murphy, but it was kicked away by Judama. Alvaro controls. Azocar with it. Looking downfield, finds open man. Now Jay with it. Jay cut off, he'll find Sanchez. Sanchez turned around, returned it to Jay. Now Sanchez again. Tried to slip that one forward. Probably for Jay. It'll go out of play, but this will be a corner kick here for the Toros.
That deflected off the back of Kevin Garcia. And now rather than Murphy, we're going to see Vicente Sanchez taking this true fit corner.
41 years old, as you said. Oldest player in the history of the USL to score a goal. Came earlier this year. Going to send this one in toward the net. Punched out by Wormel. And now kicked out by Tulsa. Toros again regaining control here. Trying to pour it on here in the last 20 minutes, down 2 goals. Sanchez fighting for it with Bird. It's going to go out of play, and that's going to be a goal kick.
Pretty good job there by Bird of cutting off the angle for Sanchez. We've seen what a spectacular dribbler Sanchez is. And as he works around Bird, Bird does a really nice job of just cutting that angle off and not giving Sanchez a clean path back to the ball.
And Bird, a former Toro, he's no stranger to HEB Park. Sanchez even kind of congratulated him a little bit on that good defensive play he made. This is won by Jay against Corrales. And the Toros will start their attack once again. Murphy's going to try the left side. The through ball doesn't really work. It's intercepted by Sheldon. Now it's going to be cleared out by Judama. And a player down now for FC Tulsa, but play will continue. Here's Ramsey here with it. Ramsey will send it into the area, head it out, and that's going to go out of play. And the referee will beckon the trainer onto the field with the injured player. You know, we were talking about Judama, the defender there from Gambia. His last club, it's one of the most prestigious clubs in South America, certainly in Chile. It's Colo Colo out of Santiago, Chile. Kind of the New York Yankees of Chilean football.
I may need to take a second to take a look at this FC Tulsa player. Not a whole lot of contact before he went down. He took one step and then immediately kind of pulled up and took a seat. They'll take a real good look at that left ankle.
You see Sanchez there in your foreground.
And they're going to beckon for a substitution now. 03 says, give me somebody else to replace him.
I can't see his number just yet.
Quick conversation there between Jay and Ramsey.
It's going to be Marlon, the Brazilian. Yeah, Ramsey, probably happy. His England team has survived to the final 16 over in the Euro Championship. They'll be playing Germany in the knockout rounds.
Substitution now for FC Tulsa, as coming out will be Marlon. He's replaced by Solomon Kawambe.
FC Tulsa substitution.
Kawambe, the 27-year-old Nigerian.
Marlon coming out for number 18,
He gives some
Solomon Kambala.
interesting size. He goes 6'2". He's replacing the 5'8" Marlon. Some more size coming in now for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, he's played on the Nigerian national team back in their World Cup qualifiers when they were trying to qualify for the 2014 World Cup. He's 27 years old, but a lot of experience. 75th minute now. Toros down 2-0 here at their home park. And now a free kick awarded to FC Tulsa.
As Kiesewetter gets bumped on the ball as he's trying to come forward. As he's sneaking up behind his Pimentel. And when you get that forearm into the lower back, you're likely going to be called for the foul. And you see it there. Pimentel puts that arm bar on that lower back, and Kiesewetter goes down quickly.
Free kick taken by Kibato. And now a big kick all the way down to Derek from the foot of Judama. Derek will roll it out to DSB. Toros will start the attack again. Generated 13 shots here tonight, but unable to get one past Wormel. Nice move there by Kibato. Running downfield, does a little give and go with Da Costa. Unable to get it past DSB. And it'll be goal kick here for the Toros. Another substitution.
Coming out is going to be Louis Ramsey. He's going to be replaced by Carter Manley in the 76th minute.
This will be their final sub.
Substitution coming in, number 2, Carter Manley.
Coach Cavetta just trying to make the substitutions he needs to get some of that offensive firepower moving. They're getting shots. They're just not able to put them in the back of the net. And as time continues to tick, the clock is not your friend right now if you're the Toros.
Tulsa's done a good job with a bend but don't break kind of defense tonight. This ball goes out to be Toro throw in. There's Murphy with it. Murphy able to turn. He'll sky the ball over toward Manley, who just came onto the pitch. Manley with fresh legs will motor downfield. Tulsa giving him space. Manley with one marker, lob it into the area. Nobody there for the Toros, headed out by Tulsa. Jay chests it down. Jay'll slip it to Murphy. Looked like a handball there near the area. Toros calling for it. Crowd wants it. Sanchez, nice little turn and fire. Goes over the bar.
And as soon as Sanchez takes that kick, first thing he does is throw that hand out there and say, where's the handball?
Yeah, it did look from here. We'll see, we'll catch it on replay here.
Oh, yeah.
And
And Sanchez was standing right on top of it as it happens, too. That got him clearly right on that wrist.
That's Garcia. And it looked like Garcia had his arm extended from his torso. They'll let it go if the arm is extended along the side of the torso, but if the arm is extended or the hand is extended, usually that will be a handball.
But give some credit to Vicente Sanchez as well. He played through that call. He didn't get the handball he was looking for, but he didn't just come to a stop. Real quick turn and kick, trying to take advantage of perhaps the defense letting their guard down for just a moment. But as we said, FC Tulsa has just been spectacular with that bend, don't break defense here. They're giving Toros plenty of shots, but they're in a good spot to keep the Toros from getting the kind of looks they want.
And Sanchez has drawn a foul here in a very promising position for the Toros. It's going to be a yellow card. Looks like it might be Judama picking up the booking. Asokara with the pass there to Sanchez. Oh no, it was Kibato.
Steps right on the foot of Sanchez.
Kibato was coming back. It was Judama who argued the call, but Kibato charged with the caution. Be his third of the year.
Yeah, this is a really good spot if you're the Toros. They're going to place that ball and then take the step off to say where the wall is going to be. And I don't know that the Toros could have a much better spot than this. They're just a little bit left to center.
It's about 20 yards from goal. Be a direct kick. Of course, it takes a bit of a soft touch when you're that close. It's hard to get it over the wall and have it dip in that short of distance. But they might try something where they just lob it up and hope that one of their taller players can get a head on it. They do have Diaz Bay there in the area. Diaz Bay, of course, stands 6'3". They've got Manley and Jay in there as well. Jay is 6'1". And Diaz Bay is over there. This looks like it'll be Lopez, possibly Sanchez. It's going to be Sanchez over the bar and just wide.
I think that was deflected off the hand of Warmel, so a true fit corner coming, and Sanchez, take a look at this, just a really nice job putting that right on. Warmel gets that right hand to push it away, and Sanchez quick to get to that corner and reset this one.
They put it in play. Tulsa kicks it up in the air, not out of danger yet. Headed by Diaz Bay. Now Tulsa with the header, and Tulsa able to clear it out. That last one by Kiesewetter. The Toros regain possession here. Sends it back into the area. And there's a header over the bar as Asokar with the opportunity there.
Again, that back line defensively looking really strong for FC Tulsa. This is a great job of putting a clean cross up by Sanchez. Drops that right in. A nice job of just not giving Azokar a position to really kind of square his feet and drive with his head. He has to take it off the side of his head as he's falling away.
And by my count, the Toros have 16 shots. That's a season high for them. They had 15 against Miami back on June 6th. Now Tulsa with control here. Last 10 minutes and some change left to play here at HEB Park. Rodrigo DaCosta with 2 goals here for FC Tulsa tonight. It's going to be sent inside. No one there for Tulsa. And Derek with an easy pickup there.
Like we'll get a substitution before they restart. And his coming out is going to be Dario Suarez. He'll be replaced by Rafael Iagwu.
Yeah, he's from Nigeria, midfielder.
Suarez will take the long walk around to allow Iagwu to get it a little more quickly.
The winning ticket number is A-2259.
A lot of different nationalities represented by this Tulsa team, aren't there?
8 different countries represented on this roster.
Toros on the attack here again. It's a shot from distance. This is going to be well wide. May have even been, thought it may have been blocked out. But it's going to be a goal kick. It was Asokar with the attempt.
Make that a deep throw in instead.
Yeah, I thought that ball was hit by somebody or to go at that wide an angle, but it's going to be Tulsa's throw in. And it looks like Toros will regain control here. We'll send it forward to Manley. Manley into the area and then kicked up in the air by Bird for Tulsa. And now Tulsa able to clear it all the way up to the Toros into the field. And Toros kind of misplayed it there a little bit, so it'll be Tulsa's throw in.
It looked like Pimentel thought he was going to be able to play that a little more softly, but that comes really aggressively off of his foot. So now FC Tulsa is going to get a really nice spot to throw in from.
And of course, as soon as this game ends, we'll have our man of the match for you. And plus in our post game, our second half stats and highlights. All that coming up. 84th minute now. And that ball played out again. This will be, looks like it'll be a Toro, actually a free kick, I think, awarded to the Toros. Far into the field.
USL going for the W. The USL recently announced the formation of the USL W League, providing increased equality and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, the W League is set to begin play in 2021-2022 in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more.
It's going to be a free kick for Tulsa. DaCosta to take it, sends it toward the Toros goal, a little bit too hard. This will be a goal kick here, and the Toros will break it out once again. Starting to run out of time here. 84 minutes complete as Manley brings it across the half line. Jake trying to get control, forced to send that back, and the Toros will whip it over to the left side of the field. Toros have had 3 goals in the last 5 minutes this season. They play this back to Wormel. Wormel not quite able to get as much depth on that as he probably intended, but is controlled here by Tulsa. This is Sheldon's going to send it downfield. And Tulsa, I think, now content to just sit back, play keep away a little bit with the Toros. The Toros continue to try to press forward, trying to get not one, but they need 2 to force the tie and get a result. Here's Veta with a nice move, sends it into the area, intended for Sanchez, but cleared out. Judama with the clearance for FC Tulsa. Now Manley on the right side. Finds Jay. Jay able to get the turn to head to Sanchez, who is onside. His shot blocked in front. Toros regain control. Cabeza sends it to the left. Now from Murphy, it goes to Veta into the area, and I believe blocked out of play. going to be a corner kick here now for the Toros.
The true fit corner, Vicente Sanchez, will come over to take this. Look at the nice job here by the Toros, trying to cross something back in toward the middle, but again, that back line for FC Tulsa does what it's supposed to do.
I think that was Sheldon who blocked it out to concede the corner. They've got an FC Tulsa player down right now.
Next to Costa. Let's get another look at that left ankle.
That winning ticket number is
A couple of Toro players for a moment offered to carry him off, try to get him off as quickly as possible. He says, no, I'm going to sit right here for a second and get checked out. They're going to do some stretch work on that left ankle. Meanwhile, time keeps on ticking.
Next game for the Toros will be at home Wednesday night. That'll be against El Paso Locomotive, Mountain Division opponent. And for FC Tulsa, take a look at their schedule. They've got the Oklahoma City Energy coming up, and that'll be on Friday. That'll be another road game for them. And they return home on July 10th to take on Louisville City. Looks like Sanchez ready to take the corner. This will be the 9th corner of the match for the Toros. Toros have 7 in the box. Sanchez sends it in. Comes down to Pimentel. Shot blocked. A shot from up top is blocked and goes out. And I think the Toros, again, trying to claim handball here. Shot by Asokar. And this will be the 10th corner now.
Back to that true fit corner goes Sanchez. Again, he'll try to bend this in.
Goes off the back of one of the Tulsa players, controlled by Lopez with time. Back into the box. Sanchez went up, got a header on it, but unable to redirect it. Now Lopez will send it back through, all the way to the far post. Jay was there, but unable to gain control. It'll go out of play.
And the goal kick coming for FC Tulsa and Wormel. And if I'm FC Tulsa, it's going to take me a minute to figure out what I want to do with this goal kick. Might want to stretch just a little. As time continues to tick, and they have been spectacular. Bend, don't break, as you said so eloquently earlier, Mark, and it's worked to their advantage here.
Jay last year played with the Atlanta United 2, played 11 games with them. Came on as a second half substitute here tonight.
Get another yellow here very quickly against Kiesewetter. He took the legs out from under Manley.
It's a third booking on FC Tulsa tonight. This ball played back to Murphy. All the way into the center circle now. It comes over to Lopez. Toros taking a bit of time here as Cabezas moves forward. Over on the far left, trying to do a give and go with Veta. Cabezas was cut off and forced to play it back to Murphy. Murphy going to lob this one into the area. But it's headed out there. Nice header there by Corrales. Toros unable to generate any kind of attack here. The last few minutes, trying to through ball to Jay, tried to touch it forward for Veta. Shot from outside as well over the bar.
Goal kick coming now again for FC Tulsa.
That was Cabezas with a long distance shot.
Wormel get a chance to stretch his team back out, put this one back in play. Presumably a couple of minutes of stoppage time will be added to the end of this one. So we're dangerously close to the 90th minute.
I have Wormel with 3 saves tonight. Played really well. His first start of the regular season, and just a few minutes away from his first clean sheet of the season. Tulsa can hang on here in the last few minutes.
Looks like we're going to get 5 minutes of stoppage time added. There's the sign telling you exactly that. 5 more minutes of stoppage time left in this one.
Toros send this one into the box intended for Jay. Tulsa defense able to clear that one out, but only up to midfield. Yes, Bay, the little turn. Gets it to Manley. Manley was trying to get it to Jay, but they weren't quite on the same page there. And this will be goal kick here for Tulsa. And we see the head coach for the Tulsa in his third year, Coach Encian. Played his college ball at Dayton. Also had some stints with the LA Galaxy and the Portland Timbers, the MLS. Also making the playoffs last year. Trying to get back there this year, but began the night in 4th place in the Central Division. Looks like they could improve to 5-4 if the Toros are unable to get 2 goals here in stoppage time.
We said coming in, this is an FC Tulsa team that was undefeated when they take a lead into halftime. They did exactly that this evening, 1-0 at the half. And if this 2-goal lead holds, they'll continue to remain undefeated. Look
and there's Jay with the shot and a goal. And the Toros with their late game heroics. We've seen it before. Could we see it again as Jay with the shot from 17 yards, able to beat Wormel to the near post, and it's now a 1-goal game.
Babacar Jay looking like a pinball machine out there. So much force behind that he takes that right off of the legs of Wormel and pushes it in. Take a look right there, just right past him, able to just squeeze that off the fingertips. What a job by Jay, and now crank up that defense because the pressure has now shifted all over to FC Tulsa.
Jay with his first goal of the season for the Toros. And now it's a 2-1 game. Manley controls it. Still a little bit less than 3 minutes of stoppage time. Still a chance for the Toros to create some kind of miracle. This is Vera with time and space. Sends it into the area. Asokara couldn't quite get to it. Now Jay has control. Jay will send it back into the area. Headed by Tulsa. Weakly attempted bicycle kick. That missed. That was Asokara. He's the one who had the bicycle kick earlier this season against San Antonio. Toros trying to mount the attack again. Nearing the end of the 3rd minute of stoppage. Gonna send this one into the area. Manley trying to get to it. Murphy whiffs on the ball. And now a shot. Asokar has it blocked in front. Murphy comes up, heads it back. Toros can regain control. They just have Pimentel back there playing center field. Now we've got a stoppage. There's an injury on the field. I think that's Diaz-Bay shaken up just a bit.
It looked like the referee called a really late foul there. He's going to award the ball to FC Tulsa here. I'm going to say that James Murphy came in a little too aggressively on that clearance.
Also take their time here. We're in the 4th minute of stoppage. Toros with their 14th foul this evening. This is sent long distance down to Derek. Now 1 minute left. Toros trying to get a result here. FC Tulsa trying to hang on. They had a 2-0 lead. It's now 2-1. Jay running on to this one. Guarded closely by DaCosta. Now it's Diaz-Bay. We'll try the left side of the area. Headed out by Tulsa. Veta controls. Sheldon marking him. Back to Lopez. 30 seconds left. Tulsa heads it out again. That's Garcia. Managed to get his head on it. This will be a Toros throw-in. We're down to the last 20 seconds of stoppage. Referee's checking his watch. Pimentel has his shot blocked, but it comes down here to Cabezas into the area. This could be the last chance for the Toros. Cabezas with it over to Manley. Manley's going to send it into the area. Oh, and just over the bar. And that might do it. And I think that is it. There won't be a kick. The game is over, and the FC Tulsa has come away with the victory, a 2-1 victory. They got very tight at the end. Toros known for scoring those late goals. They got another one here tonight, but it came up one short as they fall to Tulsa 2-1, our final score here at HEB Park. And who's going to be our man of the match here tonight?
And there he is right there. Rodrigo de Costa left it all out there on the pitch. 2 goals in this one. He got the winner in the first half, got the special goal in the second half to give them that protected 2-0 lead. And look at him. He needs a moment just to compose himself because he put every ounce of energy left in his body out there on the pitch. Here's that game winner. De Costa sneaking that right past Derek on the attack. What a great job of just allowing himself to be set up, right place, right time, able to squeeze that into the back of the net. No better performance than that by De Costa. Boy, has he come on as a strong offensive player for FC Tulsa over the last couple.
And Rodrigo de Costa, congratulations to him, our well-deserved man of the match, scoring his 4th and 5th goals of the season to put himself even with Joaquin Rivas, who did not play tonight, with the goal-scoring lead for FC Tulsa. Let's take a break. We'll be back with some final game stats and final game highlights for you in just a moment. This is USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing, providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Back here at HEB Park, there's the man of the match, Rodrigo de Costa, with 2 goals tonight. 2 exciting ones, one in the first half, one in the second half. So de Costa's brace tonight. The difference as Tulsa defeats the Toros 2-1. Brian?
Yeah, and what you're looking at here was just a spectacular performance by FC Tulsa. Here's the highlights. Again, look at this first goal here by de Costa. Right place, beautiful pass, and he just sneaks that right past the outstretched arms of Tyler Derrick. One of the best goals you're going to see in the USL this season. Here's that second ball by de Costa. Nice job by Kimbada leading him in, and de Costa again finding that corner. He's a master at moving left to right and getting that really nice corner. Settles it, drives that one home. That were the 2 goals for FC Tulsa here in this victory. Late in the game, Babukar Jay does a nice job here for the Tours of getting a goal. Look at the drive right there, right past Warmel. Again, another angle on that one is Jay gets his first goals of the season. That put a lot of pressure back over on FC Tulsa as the Toros were raging here in late in the second half.
And a couple look at some stats here at the end of the game. Look at the shots by the Toros. Their season high in shots was 15 coming in. They outshoot the Tulsa tonight 23-3.
Yeah, a whole different look for the Toros as the team that we expect to see more like that Tulsa stat line. 3 shots, 2 goals. Different game here for the Toros as they were very aggressive. 23 shots, just not quite the quality that you saw coming from FC Tulsa.
And so next games for these 2 teams. For Tulsa, they'll be continuing on the road. They'll be going to Oklahoma City after tonight. And then they will return home on July 10th when they take on, there'll be a home match against Louisville City in that one. So they'll be back at home. And there we see the schedule there. They'll be back at home at One OK Stadium on July 10th against Louisville City, the two-time USL champions. Then another home match against Oklahoma City. And then they go on the road against Memphis and Atlanta. And how about for the Toros, Brian?
And taking a look at what the Toros have coming up, they have got one more here at home. That's going to be against the El Paso Locomotive on the 30th. Then they hit the road for the next two, July 10th and 17th against Austin Bold and Orange County SC. And they'll come back home again to face Austin Bold on July 24th. And they'll hit the road July 31st at Phoenix Rising FC.
Yeah, their only home match in all of July is that Austin match on the 24th, as they'll have, after the El Paso game on Wednesday, they'll have 4 of the next 5 will be away from HEB Park. So the Toros, with the loss tonight, they're second in 3 games, fall to 5-3-2 on the season, and still with 17 points. And then for Tulsa, they improved to 5-4 with the win and snapped their losing streak, and they have now 15 points in that tight Central Division. So a big game there between the Tulsa and the Toros. Tulsa's emerge on top, 2-1. The final score. Hope you enjoyed it. For Brian Smith and the rest of our USL production crew, so long from HEB Park. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.